Aang, Kora, Zuko, Katara, Toph, Sokka, and Azula are the first 7 characters we know about in Avatar Legends, the fighting game. Oh, it's so sad the beta's over, man. Oh my god, I can't do this though. I need it back. But after putting 10 plus hours in the closed alpha weekend, I think I can actually tell you who the last 5 characters could be for Avatar Legends, the fighting game. Now wait, y'all probably like, hold on, 12 characters on launch is a little small, but let's talk about why we have the 12 characters before I get into the roster picks and why. Now that we've actually played Avatar Legends, there's a whole thing about the supports in the game. Each character is fleshed out to all hell, put so much quality and love into their gameplays. Essentially, one character can be played 3 different ways. It's like Mortal Kombat X or old Melty Blood with Moons. If you didn't get the chance to play this alpha, let me run this through with you right quick. So for Avatar Legends, Appa lets Aang cancel his glider into flow actions or flow techniques into other buttons and normals. The air scooter lets him go which way or control the direction and which way he can move when you have Gyatso. And Momo lets him have different glider actions will let him go up and down and more across the screen. So yeah, there's depth in each character here. I don't think you should be getting bored with just 12 characters. There's a lot of shit in this game. For even the alpha, I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface. And if we do support this game, we gonna get more seasons, more DLC, more content in the future. So I'm telling y'all, I don't think this is gonna be a $70 game. It's an indie game studio and it'll probably be in the 50, but Nickelodeon might make them charge 60. So I'm just letting y'all know that if that's the case, just let you know now. I'm okay with it because the game was that fucking good. It's my bang for my buck. That's how I view video games. If you don't agree, I'm sorry. Get off the video. But let's talk about the potential last 5 characters of this game. Now, it is a Avatar fighting game. However, right now, the roster is dominated by Avatar The Last Airbender characters. In a lot of ways, rightfully so, because a lot more people like generally the cast of Avatar The Last Airbender than a lot of Kora ones. There's a lot of different opinions on that. That's a lot of controversy. So if we look at the roster side by side, we got Kora being the only Legend of Korra character, which I'm perfectly happy with, by the way. That's my favorite character. I'm cool. And then we have freaking 6 other characters from Avatar The Last Airbender. Aang and his friends, including Zuko at one point in the story. I'm sorry if you ain't watched Avatar. And then Azula. So for this list, I think to be fair, I would like to incorporate more Kora characters than ATLA. So if it's only 5, I think I'm gonna do 2 ATLA characters and 3 Legend of Korra characters. Now they could go completely like, hey man, we giving y'all 1 more Kora character and give it all ATLA. It don't matter to me. I love both series equally. First character on this list, let's get him out the way. We need Uncle Iroh. Now, it's annoying Uncle Iroh is usually the character that always has been DLC in these fighting games. It was like that in Nick All-Star Brawl 2. I think other games probably may have done it with Iroh as well, but I know in the fighting game, Iroh has been DLC already. But this is a completely different game, so it doesn't matter at the same time. But what would Iroh be like? I think Iroh is one of the interesting characters in this case because the flow actions in the game give players chances to move across the screen, giving everybody movement options in this game. I think Iroh could potentially be the grappler of the game, if not some type of version of Toph or something else. Also, remember, I brought up how supports, aka the variations, can always change these characters to be different playstyles and stuff as well. Cause I'm thinking about Iroh that's super buff, bro, and then he just like you know, like grabs you, fire roar, then he has like heavy hits that hit hard. If he's not a true grappler, in my head I'm thinking of like Sorius from Grand Blue Fantasy Versus a little bit. Even if you watched Avatar The Last Airbender, you know Iroh's bending is more slow, methodical in a lot of ways and just very explosive how he does things, especially at the end of the show. So I think Iroh could be the grappler. Now the next character gonna throw y'all for a loop, because obviously I think what will make people buy this game and sell more if they locked in would be this character. Now mind you, this character roster was probably already solved out or picked months, years ago. That's usually the case with fighting games. But I think just to top it off, there's 1 or 2 options I could see coming to the game. Next is Sparky Boom Man or Combustion Man. Now mind you, in my head, literally he's like the easiest character to probably throw in this game. Cause you just take Kano, but just give him a fucking long, like take the laser beam and just make it to the fucking compression fired shit that he was doing in Avatar The Last Airbender. Literally the easiest alley-oop. But I know this team has been mad creative already, and I want to see if they're going to lock in with what I'm thinking. I think what will be insane in this game, because it's going to have its own original story, I believe, because Kora's there already. The Fire Lord being a character in base roster or DLC would be crazy, because you never really get to see much of the Fire Lord outside of the ending of the show and a couple flashbacks with Roku during the whole show altogether. That's who I would love to see. Fire Lord Ozai would be in. Now, he's not my favorite character. He's not even in my top 10 of Avatar: Last Airbender, but having a big menacing villain like that would be OD. Now, there's a couple other characters that I would like to mention before I go on in this video that I think just makes sense for a fighting game, but I don't really care if they're on the list or not. I would be happy, but that could come down the road and be playable. Because I believe they did confirm just because you were a support character doesn't mean you cannot be playable in Avatar Legends. Meaning at this current point in time, if this game does well, y'all buy it and support the game. You can probably see the support characters come as DLC in the future. Okay, I think it's a crime that Ty Lee and Mai is not playable. However, the way I thought Mai was going to play, Katara has that, so I'm cool with that. Ty Lee is the... Sally would be the one with the chi blockers, you know, stopping people's chakra from flowing. She would be kind of cool as well. I don't know. I feel like there's other characters they could do for this base roster. But now we on the Legend of Kora. Now I'm going to get this out the way. On real rap, y'all may not agree with me. I would love Kora. Kora is my favorite villain from TLOK, The Legend of Kora. I just like how she fights. I like the cockiness. I like how she was just manipulating her, even though Kora was poisoned and cooked. You know, I still like how funny she was. She was the character that stood out to me the most, followed by Zahir and then Amon. Now, I think the reason why Ty Lee's not going to be in the game, though, is I think they might go with Amon in this case. Amon makes the most sense to be the one that actually does the chi blocking, the face mask. That would be kind of cool to me. I prefer Amon more than Ty Lee because I feel like he's just more menacing. Ty Lee's just this goofy, happy-go-lucky character, which I love. Don't get it wrong. It wouldn't matter either way. I like Avatar. I keep saying this. I feel like I don't have to say this, but carry on. Amon and Ty Lee in the game will remind me of like how Naruto Storm had Neji, was taking and draining some of your chakra away or some of the orbs, which I could see that being very strong in this game because then you just mess up people's combo routes and they're building their meter utility. The next character, this was a hard one because out of Team Kora and her friends, I think it would be funny but amazing. And there's only two options out of Kora's friends that I would like. Not Mako, not you. Get out the screen. And it has to be a hard tie between Asami and Bolin. One of them two got to be in this game. I feel like Asami makes the most sense. Her being like the gadget girl with the like Chidori, like, y'all see the vision? Y'all see my vision here? I don't know. I think Bolin would probably be the most interesting though because of the lava bending. And he could be the character that's very big on like zoning and set play, setting up people, winningly dealt their health down. Again, Zuko already has a flame carpet. Putting that properties onto some lava bending and giving up options like that would be so OD. I would love that. Bolin in my head will play like Enkidu from Under Night, but in this game, if that makes sense, but with lava. You know, that's what I'm thinking. But the last question is, a lot of people have been asking through this whole weekend, last weekend, will the avatars be playable? And if you think they are, which ones would you think would be playable right now? There's only one honest answer. It would be Avatar Kyoshi. Based on the Avatar live action, Netflix. I need some water. That just made me mad. And you know they making a season 2, but based off the recent popularity and how Nickelodeon or Avatar has been pushing that character, keeping it a stack, Avatar Kyoshi is looking to be one of the popular avatars out of the main two people know, which is Kora and Aang. But I also do believe there's a sliver chance of Wan being in the game. We got the spirit world kind of like thing going on with the game. Well, we see it in one of the stages in the background, and it looks very interesting that they're in the spirit world. So we could probably see Avatar Wan in the game as well. But yeah, that being said, this is my predictions list for Avatar Legends, the fighting game. I could be 100% wrong. They might just glaze the Avatar The Last Airbender and put more characters in there to make more people happy or whatever. I don't have a problem with that. I love both. Mind game than what I'm personally thinking. But if y'all enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe, bro. Real talk, we almost at 34K subscribers, y'all. So go ahead, lock in with your boy. I do make fighting game content. I do arena fighters. I host anime game tournaments. I'm trying to get into the fighting game tournament stuff. So if that stuff you hear primarily, My lineup's gonna be 2XKO, Invincible versus Avatar Legends, and a couple single player anime games and RPGs along the way on this channel. I just do what I like. You know, I do what I want. I do what I want. All right. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.